Hello, everyone. We are live. I hope. Wow, what a day. I have to tell you. What a day. So I'm so excited to go. Actually, I think it's the third time I went live in our group, and I decided to go more live and answering your questions and talking about things that actually very important for you and we talk about in the group. And this is something that you guys wanted to hear and learn more about. So that's why we're doing it here. So if you're here with me, please let me know in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions about expanding your range. And if you do, don't be shy. This is what this group is all about. It's a safe environment, and I'm very keen to that. It's very important for me to have people that are like-minded, that are supportive, to create a supportive environment where we can share our music, we can share our voices, we can share our thoughts, we'll learn from each other, and it's all done in a positive and a healthy way. So today we're going to talk about vocal range. Now, for those who don't know, I'm just going to introduce myself. Maybe you kind of know me, you don't know me, so I just want to make sure you know who I am and it's all about. So my name is Natalia, and I am a holistic vocal coach. And actually, what it means I help people not only transfer their voices, but their lives along the way. Because as you know, our voice is connected to our bodies, to our mindset, to our feelings, and all of that. And it's so important to address the everything. It's not just the voice. You can't just take the voice and put it in a box and just work on that. It doesn't work this way. So that's what I do. And I also am a hypnotherapist and I'm also an NLP coach. And I help my students not only gain the confidence in their singing, but in their lives as well, and make amazing careers and fulfillment that they want and we all want to really achieve our dreams, achieve our fullest potential. And I believe, and this is why I live for, this is why I'm so passionate about. And today we're going to talk about expanding our range. And range is such an interesting thing because we all want to learn how to sing higher, even how to sing lower. And that's the thing also, not everybody want to just sing higher. Some people are actually very comfortable in the higher tessitura, but they don't have the lower range, they don't have the chest sound, they don't have the beautiful kind of like that run and more pop rich sound that they want, and they can only have their voice kind of align in the higher tessitura. So everybody's different, but we're gonna just talk about as a whole, right? We're just gonna talk about generally what's important, what are the things to remember. And in my method that I talk and I teach, and my students know if they're watching, that I am all about simplicity. When I started my vocal journey, I started doing pop, rock, and going into opera, and I was also musical theater, and I really got myself into different kinds of methods. And I remember it's always been this like rocket science of figure out how the voice works and how to make this whole thing work. And after actually losing my voice, which was not just physically in terms of the voice, it was actually connected to my emotions and being completely drained emotionally and feeling unworthy, that my voice just completely shut. And it just was a reflection of that. My voice was a reflection of that. And that's how I got into the holistic teaching, because everything is connected. And I found how to combine everything together, but also how important it is to make the technique simple so we know how to use it in right away. We know how to kind of think about it in the easiest way and not complicate it. That was very important for me. And when I did it for myself, I started teaching other people what I've been accomplishing for myself, and that freedom and that power and that range, and going to the high notes with full power and going to the low notes with full power and not get tired. And this is the biggest gift. Because think about it, the bigger range you have, the more songs you can sing. There's no limit. You can sing anything. So for me, it was very important because I don't want to feel any limitation. Anything that I have in my mind, anything I want to foresee or manifest, right, in terms of music, I don't want my voice to be the one saying, I can't do it, right? Of course, we have some sort of ways where we are better, we want to like, but if there's a real true desire where I want to do something and I just feel like my voice can't do that, it feels very frustrating. So range is one of them. And range is one of those things that takes time. Unfortunately, it's not like 1, 2, 3, and here you go, you have a beautiful full range. But with consistency and again, simplicity. So simplifying the technique, right? Simplifying how we think about it. Of course, the right mindset about it. Not falling into the story that we tell ourselves that I cannot sing above that note, or that's not really my voice like that. And really drop all the stories we tell ourselves and let the voice kind of discover itself and grow and show us what it can do. And I have a secret for you. It can do everything. Everything. If you knew how our voice is so unique and powerful, and if you hear about throat singing in different parts of the world where you can sing it actually in 3 different sounds at the same time. So you can sing a whole harmony with one throat. That's how cool our vocal folds and our voices are. And there's so many things you can make with your voice. Just look at acapella groups and all these crazy beatboxing and all these things. Like, there's no limit to what your voice can produce. So the stories that we tell ourselves, just throw it out the window. But as I said, it's about the right simple technique, it's about the right mindset, it's about consistency, and it's about really be patient and knowing that it's going to take time. Because as you know, going to the gym, and if you want that beautiful defined muscles and body, it takes time to get there, right? It doesn't happen after 3 workouts. It happens after consistency, working, rebuilding the muscle, tearing it down, rebuilding it, and maintaining it, and maintaining the flexibility, and of course, going to the next level all the time to really get the results that we want. Same thing with our voices, right? If you're gonna do here and there an exercise, it's just the muscles and the coordination that requires so much repetition in order to really get that, right? It's something you just have to be very aware that it takes the repetition, not a long time, but a certain focused time that you devote into doing the vocal exercises and the right mindset that goes along with it, that's going to really drive the needle forward. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. It's been a long day, I have to tell you. My best friend just gave birth. So I'm over the moon. She's having a son. So I'm so excited. Okay. So, as I said, so this is pretty much the most important thing for you to remember is the consistency, the simplicity. Keep it simple. And that's what I'm all about, how to use our natural speaking and natural voices and finding our true authentic voice and let that lead you and expand that into your singing voice. So when we think about going, let's say, to the higher notes, okay? I want you to right now, just a kind of from an observative place, not from a judgmental place, just so you can figure out, oh, that's what I'm doing or not doing. I want you to just go from the bottom all the way to the bottom of your voice and just with a nice ooh sound go all the way high, as much as high as you can, okay? So let's take a deep breath in together. And exhale. Relax. Good. Let's take a deep breath in, and I'm going to start with the bottom. So, so do that, and if you have a mirror in front of you, it could be even better. But I want you to really observe what is happening when you go from the low one all the way high. Is there's any change? Is your face moving? Is your neck moving? Do you change your mouth? Are you tensing anything? Are you pushing anything? What is going on in there? Let's do it one more time, now that you know. And don't try to make it perfect. Do it as you actually do it. You're not impressing me. It's about really, when you're aware of something, it's already 90% of the work, right? But you have to be honest with yourself. So no judgment, as you know, we're here to learn. So really sigh from the bottom up, take a nice deep breath in, and look what happened, and observe, breathing in. Go. Ooh. Go all the way down. Good. So, could be two things. Either that was perfect, you felt easy, you didn't move, or could be that you actually moved your chin, moved your neck, or you try to do this kind of forward motion, or going with your neck high, or just tensing, or just maybe holding and pressing the sound as you go higher to support it, right? To help it. So there's a lot of scenarios. Of course, I don't see you, but I'm giving you those ideas because I want you to be very aware of yourself and what you're doing so you know what's happening when you do that, okay? Now, if you go with the sound higher, you hear what happened? I'm literally shutting down my air pipe, and I don't allow the air to come in and out freely. And as a result, instead of reaching to the sound, right, all I gotta do is keep my neck neutral, keep my jaw neutral. We don't want to press on it, and the tongue is always creeping in and trying to hold and grab into the sound as well. So make sure everything is relaxed and you're really following the resonance of the sound, okay? Just trust it's gonna go where it needs to go. You don't need to help it. No help required. Yay! It actually happens by itself. So let's try it one more time with that in mind. Breathing in. Ooh. Better. I can already feel it. You guys doing it better, okay? So it just shows you don't need that extra work. You don't need to emphasize anything physically to make the sound better. It just happens, okay? And again, if you have any questions, and since I'm going live and I have people from all around the world here that is watching, if you have any questions and you see in the replay, totally put it in the comment section below, #replay with your questions, and that's how we can start the dialogue and answer your questions, okay? So after you kind of troubleshot it and really saw where the voice is going, high, low, this is important to understand. What we see here on the piano, right? If you look at my piano, I don't know if you can see, but the keys going from low, you can actually physically go with the keys higher and you hear a higher sound, right? With our vocal folds, it's completely different, right? As we go higher, our vocal folds don't go on stairs, right? And go step by step to reach to that note. All the vocal folds doing, they're opening and closing and stretching accordingly to the sound they need to produce. So if I'm thinking that I need to go with the sound higher in order to reach it, what I'm actually doing, as I said, is blocking our air pipe, tensing the muscles around my vocal folds and not allowing them to stretch freely into where they need to go easily. That makes sense? So it's so important to understand that our vocal function is completely different than a piano, a guitar, or any instrument in the world. Okay? And it's very important to understand you don't need to go with the sound in order to create it. So if I'm going lower, I don't need to go with the sound lower. I'm too much air, too much emphasize, and it's actually painful right now. But if I, and also going higher, it sounds like I'm killing a cat or something, right? So we don't want that. We don't want to follow the sound. We want to keep it neutral, but also not stuck. And how you do that? In thinking forward motion. Our sound is a vibration, right? And if you look at sound waves, they go forward. They just go forward and they fill up the room, right? So you just need to think about the sound moving forward. Doesn't matter if it go high, low, I keep it the same direction and keep it in the same place. I'll tell you, it took me 15 years to figure this out. So I'm really giving you golden tips here that truly is going to help you just by shifting the idea of, oh my God, I don't need to go with the sound high or low. There's no such thing high and low. There's just a sound. No matter what I do, I always keep it in the same place moving forward. Just leading the sound forward. Oh, I don't know about you, but this is like changed a lot for me. And I mean a lot. And I've been able to sing really low and high songs that have everything in one song easily and consistently. So it wasn't sounding like I am lacking in one area and I have more in the other area. It's all sounded consistent and even and full and powerful. And that's what we want. And more importantly, it was so easy. I could do it in my sleep, truly. So that's how this shift and tip is really helping. So let me know if you have any questions about that. And I want to actually move to a few vocal exercises so you can really test it out, this idea and this understanding. Sounds good? Awesome. So for the first one, let me take a sip of my coffee. So for the first exercise, what we're going to do, we're just going to use lip trill. Lip trills are fantastic because it helps us to coordinate between our vocal folds and our diaphragm at the same time. And as you can tell, when you're doing a lip trill, if you're going with the sound higher, you see how the airflow stops? It doesn't allow me even to go to hit the high notes with that kind of approach. So it's reteaching me and reteaching my muscles and my muscle memory to always keep it in the neutral forward place and now go with the sound, okay? So just doing that from bottom going up, right? With the motion forward. Ready? Let's do it with the lip trill. If you don't know how to make a lip trill, you can put your 2 fingers and just relax the cheeks and just bring the lips together so they vibrate easily. So don't try to stiff anything, just actually relax even more. Just let the air flow, keep it consistent and forward, okay? So breathing in. And you can hear the sound is full from bottom to top. And if your nose is itching, it actually means you're doing the right thing. So congrats. That's how you want to feel. You want to feel that everything is ticklish because all the resonators are working, all those little muscles are working around our mouth and nose. So that is a great exercise. And really do in the range when you feel comfortable. And then expend it more and more and more. So if you feel comfortable from Start lower. Going to the higher sound, way easier, okay? So I hope that makes sense, because this is very, very important to, first of all, don't go right into singing. There's certain things you have to feel comfortable first, managing the air, managing your resonating sound, and be able to find that in the lip trill first, and now right away go to the sound, okay? Now, another thing that I really like is, it's an interesting sound, but I want you to imagine a vacuum cleaner, right? So that, try to make that sound with your lips, with your actual embouchure. Mm, mm. So you're really gonna feel a vibration in your lips, and it's gonna feel very, very powerful actually. So take a deep breath in and just find that sound within you. Just just find it. See how it feels. Mm. Good. So it's really, really focused sound into the lips. You're gonna feel that buzzing sound. And let's do the same, going from down to high sound with that. Okay, ready? Mm. You feel it? Isn't it cool? So, and you feel how intense it is. It's a very focused sound. So it gives you the most effect because the sound sounds so powerful. Yet you don't feel any tension in your throat, or in your, your body too much, right? It's really concentrated into your lips, and the air is really focused and going one way, right? So this is an awesome, awesome, awesome exercise. You can really find the resonating sound within your range, right? And again, start from where you feel comfortable and stretch those limits from the bottom to the top as you go. Don't right away try to go to the highest note. Go first to the next note that you feel where it's a bit stretched, and then another note, and another note, and another note. And by building that slowly, could be not that slow, but just that approach of starting it step by step, it's really going to make the most difference, because you're not going to feel like you're jumping too high, and your mind is not going to freak out, and your ego is not going to freak out, where it's going to say, whoa, you're over, it's not going to happen, you can't do it, right? So that's how you do it. That's how we trick our mind, and that's how we actually do it in a healthy way, so we don't cause any problems, because that's the most important thing. We have only one vocal folds, one set of them, one body, one unique voice. We don't want to ruin it, right? We want to make sure it's going to last and get better and better and better, and not worse and worse and worse. So keep it simple, okay? And last but not least, we can actually do an actual sigh, an actual sound, right? So you can use any value if you're comfortable. I really recommend an ah sound to really find that relaxing sound. So let's start with the bottom up. And you see I'm closing it to a little bit of a ooh sound to really make the sound focus. Okay? So try it with me. See how that feels. Ooh. Right? And then you can go from the top. And remember, yes, you're going into that kind of like this direction versus this, but you want to keep it in that forward motion as well. You don't want to think like you're dropping down or you're starting too high. Starting that from here this way, right? And it's very important to keep your tongue relaxed, and really breathe in. And don't like half breathe and try to like squeeze it out. Breathe in and right away exhale the air out so you really feel the effect of your sound. And as I said, start where you feel comfortable, step by step by step, make the range bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Make sense? I hope so. And I had a question that somebody on Instagram wrote to me, is asking how can I expand my range, but with power, to have power in my voice. And this is how you do it, right? This is exactly the exercise that we did. This is exactly what you need to focus, because it's not, it's very important to find your chest voice, find your head voice, find your mixed voice, because there's very important parts to that. But when we're talking about already expanding the range, that's like the next step. And that's where you really want to make sure the sound is consistent. You're not changing into different registers as you sing because it sounds like it. You want to sound like even one singer. And I remember going to like show, and she was the singer that was singing this. She's such beautiful, talented, musical girl, and she just sounded like five different singers because she would actually sing in the high range with no chest sound in it, or she would go really, really to the chest sound where she completely lost her resonance. It was just like spread air, and you really lack the focus and really lack the consistency and the power in the voice that we crave so much. And it makes you sound more professional. It makes you sound amazing, and there's no way around to say it other than really it just captivating, because there's something so unique in that sound and so gravitating because you want to hear more of it, right? Because it's so unified and so luscious. So these are my tips, guys. These are my vocal exercises. I answered one of your questions because that's what I got. If you have more questions, don't be shy. This is what I'm here for. This is what this group is here for. Go ahead, put it in the comment section below. I will say, my vocal studio is completely booked. No room, which is a blessing. Thank you. But I'm starting and I'm launching. I always say it incorrectly. Launching my first online course, and it's gonna be epic, 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 epic. But it's gonna come out relatively soon, and if you want to be the first one to know about it and to be part of the waiting list and get an exclusive gift, something exclusive, something that is not going to be for everybody, and especially for you guys, because you guys are my community. You guys are, you've been there for me from day one, and I love that. So I never forget that. So if you're interested to be part of my vocal online course, that is, it's I can't even tell you how amazing it is, because it's gonna really teach you the basics, teach you how to expand your range, how to really nail and align with your mindset, and get all those demons out that tell you you're not a good singer. Oh, you can't sing that high. Oh, there's no way you can do that, or this or that, and completely eliminate them and make yourself a powerful singer, a confident singer. You are, not just vocally, but right here, right there. So whenever you go out there, you truly bring 100% of yourself, and you feel amazing. There's nothing better than fulfilling your talent, fulfilling your voice, and feeling that power. It's just amazing. So if you're interested, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Go ahead, comment in the comment section below. I'm interested, and I will DM you a specific link that you're gonna sign up for the waiting list. Okay. So with that, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said, if questions, anything like that, leave it in the comment section below. And with that, have a beautiful rest of your Wednesday, wherever you're watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.